Welcome everyone to another Q&A series, Ask Evolution. Today we're at the new colour studio, which is just 2 doors down from our head office. Work in progress at the moment. Some of you may have had a chance to come through currently when we've gone through with colours, but it's very nearing completion. And yeah, so when you do come through the system with us, this is one of the stops that you'll make with our colour consultant, and we'll go through a lot of the items here. It's a jam-packed full day, but in here we try and make it a little bit easier for you. And it's a great spot to to go over your brand new home and look at all your different items. But today we're here to talk about some Q&As, and we've had a few come through over the last few weeks. And the first one is from Carol, and she's at Shellharbour, and she said, we're previously built with another builder, and it wasn't until after we paid a deposit, there were a bunch of things that were raised that weren't included and cost us a lot more. We're looking to build again soon, and we don't want to get caught out. Any recommendations? Of course, plenty of recommendations. So we hear this a lot, that people do get caught out with these sorts of costs. And it's one of the things that I looked at when I first set the business up, and why we do things a little bit differently here, is for that particular question, really. And a lot of it is, we like to meet with you, discuss all the items that you want to put into the home, and then we don't force you to sign the contract early and then catch you, like these other builders, with other items. What we prefer to do is meet with you, listen to everything you want, go to all your colours, go to everything else, and then you get the tender at the end, which is a complete item of everything that you want, and then we sign a building contract. That way there are no surprises. Now, that's not to say that, with soil and things underneath the ground, that there won't be additional cost, but we try and negate those things as well as we go. So we're trying to give you the full price as best we can, and everything's all locked up in the tender by that stage, and that's how we handle that. And I hope that sort of gives you some clarity there, Carol. But we do try and look to resolve those problems, because that's a common one that we get a lot of the time. We have another question here from John and Alison. They've got a question here about house and land packages, and they're so scarce at the moment. And do house and land packages really offer more value, or is this market myth? Look, I think they do offer good value. At the time, yeah, they are a bit scarce at the moment. So land in the Illawarra is a bit scarce. But in saying that, maybe a good idea there is, if you're frustrated by looking for a house and land package all the time, then take another tact of, that's not the only thing that's out there. So, and we can assist with this, is that if you're looking for something in a particular area, then there's always outskirts from these new estates that you can sort of look to go into, whether it's a house and a knockdown rebuild, sorry, or something like that where you're looking in that area. That's not a bad possibility either, and that's something that we can assist you with. We can start to put the pieces together, I guess. Look at the land where you want to buy, what you want to build, and once again, we can start to put the pieces together, come up with some pricing, and then that is a different tact to a house and land package. It's still giving you the ultimate goal, which is a new home, but yeah, don't look at just house and land packages, because there are other angles that you can take. So come down and talk to us, and we can definitely discuss that a little bit more. And then if you're absolutely after a house and land package, well, then that's fine as well. They come up every now and then, and but for the most part, if they are scarce at that time, that would be across the board for every builder. So. And that's just a supply issue. So I hope that answers some of your questions there, John and Alison. Okay, another question here from Jess at Kanahooka. She's asked, what's the biggest difference between Evolution and other builders? Look, a lot of differences between Evolution and other builders. Perceived in the marketplace, I think that we're kind of in that sort of mid to sort of higher level sort of builder. which is comfortable. That's where I believe our business model is. I believe that's where our selections sit, the way we do our selections, the quality of the inclusions that we put into the home. We're a family-run business as well, so not all businesses are like that. We're owned and operated, in Australia by us. There's no other company over the top of us, which kind of makes us nimble and more adaptive to how the client wants their home to be built. So I guess there are a lot of the differences. There's so many more differences that we could go on about between us and other builders, but for the most part, they're the core ingredients of what makes us different to other builders. And if you came down to the display home and had a chat to us, you would I would hope that you would get a nice comfortable feeling when you're dealing with any of the staff at Evolution Building Group or myself. So yeah, come on down and have a look at the display home and see for yourself what the differences are. So that kind of wraps that up for you, Jess, I hope. But yeah, please do come down and have a chat. We can talk about all the differences on site if you wish. Okay, next up we've got a question from Margaret, and that is, what do you include in your free site inspection? So we have an offer on the website. It's available to anyone. If you have a block of land, whether it's a house on land like in a greenfield estate, or it's a knockdown rebuild, or it's a block of land you're looking to purchase that's a knockdown rebuild, and you want to look at what is possible on that block of land, then the free site inspection is for you. So you just need to reach out to Evolution Building Group. There is something on the website. There's a form there that you can go through. If you look on the drop-down menu, it will come down, free site inspection. Click that, fill out the details on the website. That'll go through to our staff and you'll get a call. And what happens from there is Jason would reach out to you and we come to site and we look at that block. From there, it's usually about half an hour. It could go longer. And we just look at the site, look at the fall of the land, listen to what you want to do on that block of land, and we can then guide you on, well, okay, this is a design, a specific design that would work on that block. Maybe it needs to be customised slightly, or is it a custom design, a full custom design? And a lot of the times when we're talking sloping blocks or whatnot, it might be better to do a custom design. So that's a feasibility sort of study we're doing in there a little bit as well. So when we take all of those aspects, we're trying to collate it all into one sort of document and say, here's what you could do and here's kind of what the cost may be. Obviously it's a very indicative thing at the start, but it is a starting point. So by all means, jump online, fill out the form, and we're more than happy to come out and have a look and have a chat. We have our last question today on this series is from Cara, and she's looking to build in Calderwood soon. So I know there's some delays on registration out there, but this question is, I recently found out about some new building codes coming into play that might require some changes to the home design and cost. Can you explain more in detail? Yeah, this one, there's a fair bit going on in this space, and basically to try and give you the parameters of it as best I can without going into specifics. The NCC, which is the National Construction Code 2022, gets updated every 3 years, and those updates this time around have been one of the biggest updates, and it's a very, very broad sort of thing that they've done all the way through that, from the way they've written the NCC to some of the things that they're talking about trying to upgrade. Basically, the NCC is a tool that all builders use and statutory authorities to govern how you build your home. They're always making tweaks to these things to make sure that the house is built well and there's no issues. So a lot of the ones that are coming up in this particular change are livable housing standards, and what they're trying to do there is make the homes more adaptable for elderly people as they get on, or people who've got handicap. So wider doorways, toilets that have got turning sort of circles, and for wheelchairs, that is. There's a lot more to it, but as a touch point, yeah, there's the livable housing standards. There's also energy efficiency stuff. So, and inside of that, there's a lot of detail as well on basics and glazing requirements and insulation. But they're trying to make the homes more adaptable for the elderly as they get older. So we're not retrofitting handles and all these sorts of things in showers. Energy efficiency and condensation requirements are being upgraded because they want the homes to be more energy efficient. So things like glazing components, insulation upgrades, condensation things. So just improvements all the way through. And there's more and more waterproofing things that they're upgrading as well, because they've had issues with homes that have been built over the years, and they're just perfecting how to get a better result for the homeowner. So yes, there is some stuff out there. There's quite a lot. The NCC was meant to be released on the 1st of September, but they've now moved it to a transitional period to May 2023. And there's also another year after that for the energy efficiency and condensation requirements, the year after that one as well. So there's a lot happening in that space. Too much to sort of explain in just this short video, but if you wanted further clarification, then just you can pop us a line, send an email through to Jason, pop into the display home. You can ask further questions on that, but there definitely is a lot of things happening in that space, and it does affect the design, and it definitely does affect the cost. So all builders will be looking at these things at the moment, changing their floor plans, looking at cost. So you will hear a fair bit more about that. Your particular build there, you say, Cara, it's a future Calderwood resident, so I'm not sure where your block of land is and when it registers, but come and have a chat to us, because depending where your land registers, you may or may not have to do some of these items. So reach out to us. Okay, guys, that's it. That's a wrap for this series. Thanks for watching. If you have any other further questions, then by all means, you can talk to Jason down at the display home. You can drop us an email. You can call us. You can submit a form online or on Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is, however you want to do it. But yeah, come down and speak to one of our friendly team even, and I look forward to seeing you in the next Q&A video. Thank you.